Hello.
Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
what's up?
Welcome to the ThunkCast.
Yeah, for what is this, our third episode?
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
long,
it's the third one.
there's a long
And it's
gap.
been about 5 weeks since the last one?
We have busy
So,
lives.
Yes.
as do we.
Noah, what happened to you last night, by the way? We couldn't have done it anyways because Patrick couldn't when I could, but you just didn't respond at all till or you didn't even read it till 11:30.
So the day before, I forgot that I worked at 8:30,
Oh.
and then I went to work, and then I worked at 8:30 today, and I didn't them, even though I should have because I put it in my calendar, but I didn't expect it, and I just got kind of passed out, woke up for a little bit, passed out again.
You need to get fucking Discord on your computer, mate. You're on Wi-Fi, and I can tell.
I don't know. I mean, phone Wi-Fi is actually pretty good. Depending.
Yeah, it's not bad.
My connection speed to my router, not to my actual internet connection, but my connection speed to my
Well,
router
yeah.
is about 950 megabits per second on my Galaxy S9.
Oh wow. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
mine
Yeah. Half of that is also my router, of course, but you know.
mine's pretty fucking terrible. So I have 50 down, right? Over
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, I can only get like 18,
Damn, that's
including
fucking
5G.
close.
That I think the router's just terrible. Well, the 5G I think can max it off. I'm in the room, but it won't even
Yeah.
get it through my bedroom wall. Which I know 5G doesn't penetrate walls, but not to that extent.
Well, yeah, I mean, 5 gigahertz is also totally different from 5G. It's a very different frequency.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I meant 5 gigahertz. You know what I meant.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I just wanted to make
I know.
the viewers out there that Jeremiah is not some sort of bizarre Chinese spy who has access to illegal technology.
Are you sure?
No. Does kind of look like a chink.
The fuck.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay. I mean, that's
Okay.
besides
Completely
the
fair, and you
racial
can't deny
slur.
it.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not. I mean, when
For
Trump was
viewers out
kidding,
there, Jeremiah is not Asian at all, but he looks
I have
remarkably
Asian
Asian.
eyes. Well, not even the squinty, but like the sunken, tiny part. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
hey, you're fitting for the
Actually,
role of American.
look up Russian eyes.
Russian eyes.
They're really sunken into.
Oh yeah, some of them really are. Yeah.
They're not really small though.
No, not at all.
But my best guess is I'm a wide mix of everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good old American mutt.
Yep. What else?
Yeah. So, anyways, what have we got in the way of talking points tonight, boys? I've got a couple of lighter topics I could touch on.
I mean, I mean, there's the whole.
Somebody just got married.
Yeah, I did just get married. That was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
That's a yeah. That was pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty lit.
Pretty
It was a
rad.
long weekend. I'm still kind of tired from that, honestly.
Yeah, I am
Me
too.
too. It's
It was pretty
it's
fun.
Thursday,
It's
Yeah.
been literally almost a week now. Tomorrow
and
will
it's
be a week.
just.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thousands of people just lost their job in was it Minnesota? What?
Michigan?
Michigan.
Are
Yeah.
you talking about the vape ban?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
talk about
wait,
the
what?
vape ban.
So
Okay.
you may have seen me talk about it in chat. I don't know if you saw no. Oh wait, were you talking to us or?
What?
He responded, and I don't think that was directed towards me.
Oh, I was just saying, let's talk about it.
Oh, okay. I
That's-
misheard. Anyways,
I was responding to both of you.
they
Just
banned
yeah.
the sale of vapes basically overnight in Michigan, and regardless of what you feel about vaping, that is fucked up because thousands of people just lost their job without warning.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Also, honestly, it's just another way to consume I mean, it is probably just as bad in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get
But
serotonin syndrome. That's a pretty big fucking benefit, but nicotine
yeah,
still.
you also. I mean, it's a substance, but it's not something that's super.
I mean, it also, like, honestly, if I was to smoke cigarettes, I wouldn't smoke cigarettes because there's a lot of other shit in there. My dad just buys tobacco and rolls his own.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a solid way.
It's also cheaper.
Yeah, it's quite
You're
inexpensive.
literally paying less to not inhale poison.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of talk the math on this a little bit.
Okay.
So, well, I can't say this for certain. You know, I am sure that this is largely, in part, due to the fact that a man has now died because of vaping, like directly from it, from what we can tell. So, here's the thing. That sucks, okay, undeniably. But
That sucks.
yeah, but here's the thing. So let's see how many people. Hold on. How many people die per year in the U.S. because of cigarettes? I imagine now that we're several years into the vaping trend, that we will now have some statistics thrown in there. Okay, so more than 16 million Americans are living with the disease caused by smoking. For every person who dies because of smoking, at least 30 people live with a serious smoking-related illness. Causes cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung disease, diabetes, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Smoking is a known cause of erectile dysfunction in males. Worldwide, tobacco use causes more than 7 million deaths per year. And it is responsible for 480,000 deaths per year in the United States, including more than 41,000 deaths resulting from secondhand smoke exposure. So almost a tenth of that is from secondhand smoke. Which I will add, at this point, we have no reason to think that secondhand vape is really anything to be concerned about in the slightest. With some more toxic homebrew juices that are full of shit, I am sure that is a possibility. They are finding some volatile organic compounds in some juices, and that is definitely something to be concerned about. You don't fuck around with volatile organic compounds. So here's the thing. So in Michigan, they banned vaping under the premise that they don't want young kids getting hooked on that, or getting hooked on nicotine. And that is a worthwhile thing to be concerned about. It really is. Here's the thing,
If you
though.
banned nicotine.
Yes. So here's
instead
the thing.
of just like consumption method.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous because at the moment, as far as we know, one of the safer ways, at least on paper, statistically speaking, to ingest nicotine is through smoking. Now, my guess is that other methods such as nicotine gum, nicotine lozenge, and nicotine patches are safer. Have you seen how much those fucking thing costs?
A lot.
It is
A lot.
I had considered doing it because I had a few years back.
Do they use like another compound to make it absorb quicker?
Possibly. I think I don't really know. I've never looked into it because it's prohibitively expensive unless you are desperate to quit smoking, which is what it's there for.
Yeah, like who the fuck buys those like nicotine toothpicks and
patches?
Shit? Those are crazy.
Oh, toothpicks?
They're
Yeah, I don't know
crazy
what one of
expensive.
the toothpicks is that I don't understand.
Honestly, the toothpicks that I've seen were too expensive. It was like $4 for.
So here's the thing. So let's do some math. So whenever you're 18, and well, actually, let me see how old you have to be to buy cigarettes in Michigan.
Maybe.
It's probably 21.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
Oh, by the way,
It's 18.
I'm selling my bike.
It is 18.
Someone's interested in it, and they haven't lowballed me yet. I put it up for 1,900.
That's not bad.
For your bike?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it has cosmetic and stuff, but like as I put in the post, I mean, when it was crashed years before I ever bought it, and it runs fine. Can't tell you if it caused any problems, but my guess would be no after driving it for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, yes, as Noah was saying, you can buy it at age 18.
Tobacco products at age 8.
So here's the thing: the majority of high school seniors do turn 18 when they are seniors. That is a problem. Now, raising the age to 21, that might actually help. Trying to help in trying to not get minors smoking.
Mainly,
it'll help a little bit. It'll help a little bit because there are some
like
minors
19,
who just
mainly just so like high schoolers can't get it, but
we'll get it directly. I mean, the fact of the matter is that these kind of laws they do not work in small towns. They just don't.
No.
Yeah, they really do not, unless they're so small and
Dude,
so
anything smaller than the beta,
then the laws basically don't apply.
Yeah, with stuff like this, it really doesn't, because it's like, oh yeah, well,
like
he's
Walker,
such
where
and
they have
such a
one
son.
cop
He's a
that's
good boy.
usually
He won't get
parties
into
with
trouble.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
insane.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a small town. I got a warning for going 70 and a 30.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got a warning for going a 59 and a 30. Yeah, that was bananas. But no, so here's what they've done. Okay, they've probably succeeded in cutting back on it a little bit in the big cities, and that's fine. Never mind the fact that Michigan's big cities don't matter, because Detroit doesn't matter. So here's the thing. So let's do the math. So what they're doing is they're preventing people at age 18 and under. So let's operate under the assumption that the average high schooler, so that's 14 and up, or 15 and up, I guess. 15, 14, 15.
I don't know.
Let's just say
depends on
14.
your age. I was 14. I graduated.
Yeah, let's say 14.
17.
Absolute youngest of the spectrum. Okay,
No,
so
I was 13 then.
what? No, you weren't.
Yeah, cause you were.
Yeah, we
Because you-
graduated. We
yeah.
graduated in 17, so my first year was 14, which means it was 13. Wait.
It was 2013, and then it ended in 2014. Was our freshman.
You were
And
born
you
in
were,
99.
like,
right?
all-
Yeah, so I'm always gonna. I
Yeah,
was 14.
but
I was 14 because
you were almost a
every
full year younger than
Every year
most
I
of the
finished the year
grade.
that like it corresponds with that age.
Yeah.
2014 would be freshman year.
So anyways, okay, so at best, they are keeping people. They're saving people from 4 years of vape use. Okay. Or nicotine use through a vape. Okay. So then at age 18, which they can legally buy
I'd also
cigarettes.
like
at
to
the moment.
point out that the first vape I ever bought, I just bought online. It had an SSN
That's
mark,
another good point.
and it actually checked if it was yours, but when it was I somehow glitched it out by just putting a space between the two, and then like between the second number and the last 4, and it just counted it.
What the
I don't know
fuck?
what I
That's
did. I
insane.
broke something in the fucking
That's
store,
crazy.
but it just worked. And
Yeah,
I was
I've-
able to order all my vape shit off that site.
That's
I
fucking bizarre.
bought mine underage in a fucking store, which is kind of crazy. Because like
You know
the
what,
fact
you
that I was
look
able
like
to get
you're,
away
like,
with it.
35 when you're 14, though.
Okay, but the fact that okay,
Dude, when you're like,
yeah, I'm
maybe you'll reach like Gandalf levels by the time you're 60.
Yeah.
I
But
fucking
no, okay,
hope
so
I
here's
reach
the
that.
thing. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. So they're basically saying, we don't want kids to be exposed to nicotine 3 or 4 years sooner than they normally would. Instead, we want them to become adults and then die of fucking cancer.
When
That's
they're
what
adult-
they're saying,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit.
I mean, yeah. It is bullshit.
It really is.
Just
It's
because one
insane.
kid decided to get cheap coils with lead in them.
Probably, yeah. And that's the thing, like, we don't even know. Like, I can guarantee, like, that's the thing, like, it was probably, like, THC carts and stuff. Like, that shit ain't good for you. That's one of the, probably...
Oh, THC.
And-
Well, it's because it can't be regulated. Also,
Well,
that's the can't be regulated.
it's not as bad if you buy actual like THC carts from a legal state with like that's regulated. I would never buy any homemade ones. Ever.
Yeah, no, I really
Oh,
wouldn't,
no.
unless your best friend
No,
is, like, some
no.
sort of, like, miracle chemist with, like, lots of...
Well,
pills
or if you
Well,
just make
it's really
it
fucking
yourself.
hard to get the butane out
Yeah.
of it. It's not a
Yeah,
simple
it is, yeah.
process.
Oh yeah, really.
Yeah. Unless they figure out some way to make it without the butane, then we're just gonna have some problems.
Even the
But yeah,
real
no,
carts like aren't. I gotta be honest. I wish I had money and I didn't care about that because carts are the most convenient way to smoke ever.
They're incredibly.
I got a cart one
They
time.
are
It was
Yeah.
so
incredibly
nice to literally just like, I kind of want to smoke,
Just
and then just
pop.
reach
Yep.
reach 2 feet
Yep.
to the left, done.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's the thing. So I mean, yeah, stuff
And
like
it
that.
was
It's gonna have to be
comfortable
regulated,
and
and there's
tasted
gonna have
good.
to be innovation. Like it's as simple as that. And the innovation is
So-
going to come quicker when it's legal. Is my guess. I mean, it's come quite a long way, with it being illegal.
Like most, it has to be legal for it to be able to.
They're cutting out
to
a
get
lot.
like actual good funding behind it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're lagging
Yeah,
pretty
I mean-
hard, Noah. That was like robot and cutouts only.
Actually, Jeremiah, would you mind if would it be possible to pause the recording?
Yes, but hold on a second. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, and we'll just cut this bit out. Yeah, I
Yeah,
need to find
yeah.
a lighter. I am so worried
No,
about it
Okay,
right
cool.
now.
apparently there is not, but that's not really.
Can you pause it and just splice it together?
Yeah, no, that's pretty easy to do. Let's
Okay,
we can do that.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
yeah.
Well, there we go. It's going again.
Okay. But speaking of tobacco and nicotine products, we live in Missouri, so it's illegal to sell or give tobacco to minors or tobacco products.
Makes sense.
Yes.
It's not illegal, but it's not illegal to do it on private premises, and it's not illegal for minors to smoke in public.
It's not
you
illegal
can
for minors to smoke in public.
nope, not in Missouri.
That would explain
Before
why there's a lot
19
of minors smoking in public.
Yep, before 1992 there wasn't even a minimum age limit.
Well, that makes sense how we got away with it at the fucking bowling alley. I was confused at why they never called the cops on us. We mainly went to the bowling alley to smoke cigars. The bowling was like
It sounds like a-
just an added entertainment to the cigar.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So I want to talk about a little detail of modern life that has been irritating me the last couple of days.
Is it
Okay.
the fact that you're gay?
So, yes, I crave penis.
Definitely.
But no, okay, so, Jeremiah,
Yeah.
and Noah, I want you to use your mind's eye, your
Okay.
imagination for a moment. But Jeremiah and I can both immediately visually see this. Look down at your keyboard. Look at the number pad. What is the upper left number, Jeremiah?
7.
Yeah, it's the same as your computer at work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now pull up a. Let's see. Let me see here. Okay, so I've got my calculator on my phone, and again, 7 is in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah. Same thing with my
Now.
actual calculator in front of me.
Yes.
Okay, where are you getting with this?
Okay, Jeremiah, you've got Square Cache on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, open that up. Tell me what the number in the upper left-hand corner is.
It's 7.
Nope.
Is it not? What is it in Square Cache?
1.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the gas
Whoa.
station look
Yeah.
at the.
I know it's.
look
I
at
know.
the, pin.
I've definitely noticed
one.
it on that because I fucked up my pin before doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1.
I can definitely type numbers way faster when 7's at the top. Also, because that's literally why they did it. There's a reason the keyboard's laid out where they did it. They aligned it in a way where it's easier to press, like... Actually, I don't know why they did it with the numpad, I guess, because the number could really be anything.
Yeah.
So that way you enter your pin slower and people can read it easier?
So here's the thing.
Why did numpads become upside down at one point? I'm gonna look that up. I'm curious. I mean, I like
Here's
it
the
that
thing.
way, but that's
How
just
do you
'cause
know
I've
which
used
is?
it.
How do you know which came first?
Hold on.
Chicken and
So-
the egg.
So
Why,
my guess
all I had
is
to do
that.
is type is why are nums, and then that was the first result. Okay, it's on Reddit.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I didn't get this talking point idea from Reddit. I got it from. I'm punching in numbers at work, and I was like, wait a second. In my mind, I keep on picturing the numpad wrong as I'm typing, and I keep fucking up, which is kind of bad at a data entry job, you know. I always catch myself, but it is irritating.
Okay. It started with 7 on the top with calculators and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And the one coming from the top came from the telephone. It started with that to mimic the one being on top and like the dial. So they
And
did it to
and the numbers represent letters.
yeah
Yes.
yeah one that and two the again the fact that it fucking it's just like I don't know, but then by the time
Yeah.
they started coming out with phones with dial pads on them, it was already like common on other things to have it as 7 on the top.
Gotcha. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I now have an explanation for something that makes me angry.
Oh wait,
And
hold on.
it didn't
When
make me
Bell
any less
Labs
angry.
began exploring keyboards, this is the phone company, they contacted the calculator manufacturers to ask them why. The answer apparently was a big shrug. It turns out the decision was largely arbitrary and no one had done any research about the layout most convenient for users. They just
I fucking knew it.
Okay, yeah, no,
I fucking
was,
knew it. And it
they
doesn't
just-
make any sense.
There literally was no reason. I mean, it really doesn't matter as long as like
Like, there was
It
no
re- it
reason,
really
but
doesn't.
it functions.
Yeah.
Like, it functions, it does what it should.
I
There's
mean,
just no
yeah.
fucking reason.
I mean, I prefer it that way. That's just probably just because I used it. I mean, fucking one was in
Exactly,
the center
yeah.
and it was in a weird fucking circle pattern. I probably know how to do that.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
obviously, you know, the rest of the QWERTY keyboard is laid out for efficiency. The most common letters are in the most easily accessible spots. That's just how it is.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
That makes
So Caitlin was
Yeah.
commenting on how fast I typed, and I pulled up a typing test and had her do it. It was real bad. And
Was she below 30 words per minute?
well below. Yeah, like 12.
Damn.
But she
Lily can type
did
all right.
kind of do the home key, but she was mainly using one finger and then going back to home. So I could tell she already knew where the keys were from home, so that's good. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, babe, just
Yeah.
go do it. Force yourself to use other fingers when it feels closer. And literally,
Yeah,
within
exactly.
2 tests, she had up to 37. There's a reason it's laid out the way it is.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you also know why the layout is how it is?
Just to drop the big dick, I got 98.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Damn.
I can type.
Mine's about
Caitlin got
70.
mad because I beat her. I typed 40 with one hand, with my left hand,
Oh my gosh, yeah,
cause of
Fuck.
gaming.
I'm about 60.
yeah.
I can
Yeah.
thank Arma for that one. It literally uses every key, including like insert home in all of them.
Yeah.
Too many goddamn controls.
Today at work, I had this sort of pro typing moment click with me. I was punching in an address, and I don't remember what the address was. However, what I do remember was that whenever we punch in an address, we have to punch in a street number in one box, hit tab, and then put in the street name, direction, etc. And what I remember doing is, I got to it. What I just automatically did was I had my right hand on the number pad. I punched in the address, hit tab, and then I just instantly realized I don't have to move my right hand to type out the address because I can get everything without moving my left hand
Oh, because it was all
from
on the
its
left.
current position. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I've
I
done
typed
that.
it out like
I've done
perfect
that
speed,
before
and I was just
too,
like,
and
"Oh
it's
my
like-
gosh!"
Like,
There is something so orgasmically satisfying about doing that.
yeah.
Like,
I did that with someone's name the other day. I'm trying to think what it was. It was like Ward or something. I
Yeah.
can't really give it names. It was just like that simple. That's not what it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to get fired for giving out fucking names that I worked on. I guess
I did an application for a man with the last name of Smith. I probably have. But
Fuck,
it doesn't really
dude.
matter.
because it,
Okay,
Yeah.
the other night I was like talking about like
My
how I'd done
favorite
like some
name
loan
ever was
applications
so
for like some
fucking-
crazy rich people or something. Like, you can't say that, it's a violation of privacy. I'm like, what? No, it isn't. That's like saying that you had some rich asshole come in and see you at Walmart. Like, that's not a privacy violation.
My favorite name I've ever seen was still Wayne Batman.
Was still what?
Wayne Batman.
Where was that?
perfect.
When we worked tech support, dude. You never got him? I got him like 7 times.
No, you're talking about Nicholas Batman.
Oh, that's still a great name.
Yeah, it's
It's a great.
such a dumb name.
Oh boo, oh boo, oh boo. Man.
Oh gosh.
Fucking- Steve Harvey's face gets me. I prefer Steve Harvey without the voice. I like the gifs of him just with the words, and you just read what his tone is off his facial expressions. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve Harvey's kind of a massive asshole though.
What do you? How?
a lot of
what
people are.
Oh, he's like, look at. Sometimes listen to like some of his like motivational speeches, and it'll be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, that's
My
like
favorite are
read
Morgan
some of.
Freeman's.
Oh gosh.
Oh, fuck.
I love any fucking like famous person that actually gives advice. My favorite ones are the ones where like I don't have advice. I honestly got lucky, and you're like, thank you, you're being real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
work
yeah.
towards your goal, but like when it comes to just literally being famous for it, it's for anything, it's just luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so hard. There's this great write up about a. It was I can't remember the name of the job title, but basically they try to like find trends so they can like help things like get popular, you know, for like either news articles or just making a website make the top.
Was it like an SEO guy?
It's not SEO per se. It's
Okay.
like think of the same thing, but it's like popularity optimization, like making things like, you know, trend, I guess. And he's
Yep.
like, as much as we try to say we know what we're doing, we talk about, honestly, it's complete luck. It was basically his write-up, and it was him just explaining a lot of the process and what he does, and like how honestly it just ends up being completely random. I wish.
And it really does. A lot of it just has to do with who you know.
Yeah, no, that's honestly also really important.
Yeah, it really
yeah,
does.
it really is.
That's like
I mean,
how I've ended up with all my jobs, because like that tech support place is actually a good thing to put on your resume for 2 years of it,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then an actual IT job for a very short period of time, just because a friend of
Yeah.
a friend.
Yep.
The IT job was great for my resume. Fucking hated that job. Never gonna work IT again. But
It can
that's
be a
how I
pretty
got.
pretty shitty field to
Yeah.
work in. It can also be a really good field to work in.
IT
got-
is like tech
Yeah.
support mixed with physical labor.
Yeah.
It's like the worst of both worlds.
Well, it can be. I mean, it just depends on the IT job.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're like a
Yeah.
manager or something, it's really different. Like my
Yeah.
buddy makes like 90K a year just working from home and planning out projects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, but fucking.
See, I guess my
I had
brother
a custom-
isn't IT. I guess he's just a programmer. I think he's just a programmer. But
There's two
I
very
had a
different
customer
things.
today who started to have the nod.
Started to what?
started to have the what?
The nods, like they were coming off of. I think they were coming off of a binge that they're tweaking on.
Oh, like they're
And
literally
they were
falling
just-
asleep like
sitting.
Yes, they were just nodding in front of me, completely incoherent for about 3 minutes as I tried to like speak to them, and then they finally were just completely awake again and just got it.
Jeez.
Fuck, dude, that's worse than the methed out guy that came in and just showed me all the porn on his phone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my fuck. Yeah, that was
fucking weird.
sounded. That was on Black Friday, right?
Yes.
What the fuck? And he didn't even buy anything, right?
No.
Or did he?
No, that was late at night,
What
so there
the
wasn't a line like to say. That whole I don't know how I didn't make any sales that day.
I don't know.
Everyone else was like selling shit, and every customer that came to my thing. That guy that waited, he's like, I waited 2 hours in line. I'm like, I'm sorry, and all he wanted was me to install a fucking flashlight app. And then when I showed him how to use the notification bar, he got angry, and he's like, that's not what I want. I'm like, I was trying to tell him how you don't want the apps because there's no point. It's just to show you ads. But he refused. And he kept making me try different flashlights apps to see which one's brighter. And no matter how many times I explained that it can't get brighter, he wouldn't do it. And finally, I was just like, I'm not installing any more apps. It won't get brighter. And he got mad and left.
Jeez.
I don't let people make me the bitch. It's not worth my job.
No, it's not.
To an extent.
No.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Letting people talk mean, that's fine. Requesting me to do stupid shit like that
Yeah,
during the busiest time our store is ever.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's... that's the thing. Like, if it's an hourly job or if it's, like, a commission thing and I've already, like, made my money, you know...
It's like, I
right,
guess let me kill some time.
Yeah, it's like, I'll
just
fuck
me.
around.
He was being an asshole to everyone around him. For that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, whenever someone's an asshole to me, I just talk less to them, and I do less of what they want me to do until they give up, because fuck that. Like, I will do what I can for somebody, but if someone's gonna be an asshole,
Yeah,
they
exactly,
should just fucking
yeah.
leave. Like,
Yeah, they really should.
and that's
I don't know
only
how...
because of the...
Sorry, go ahead, man.
What?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just gonna say, that's only because it's not like a conventional retail thing where it's like, I will help someone, but if someone is berating me and other people, it's... Fuck that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we were
Anyways,
gonna have an extra, but I think it looks like he's just playing now.
Huh.
Well, that's...
Yeah, anyways.
I
don't know how I ended up with so many fucking assholes at that job.
I think
honestly,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
I really do.
I didn't
have
a mean customer for my first 6 months.
I
Most
had
of
a
the ones that got
few.
angry were just because low-key my fault, but
Well, here's the thing. I mean, my very first day there probably just jinxed the whole thing. Or not my very first day, but like my very first day job shadowing there. Probably just completely cursed the whole thing. Because I had an angry customer. Not at me on my first day, but there was definitely just some general anger towards me because they were threatening murder against my trainer, who was trying to defend.
That.
Yeah, it was trying to defend
fuck.
what this other rep had said, which for once wasn't incorrect. This was a terrible rep, and if anybody was probably going to get a murder threat, it was definitely her.
Charged her money.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
It charged her the money, and there's no way to refund it at all.
Okay. Yep.
Like $70.
Was that whenever she did another accidental buyout?
Yes.
No, that was different.
No.
Basically,
what?
Somehow she managed to tell her it was cheaper for the prepaid, the prepaid hotspots or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
And then somehow managed to accidentally still charge her $70, even though, there's so many points in which you can see that it's not going to be 20. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Somehow accidentally charged her the 70 and then couldn't refund it on the prepaid because it's prepaid.
How the fuck did she get to that?
That's why she was angry. She was rightfully angry, but threatening death at a different rep is not the response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At several reps, yeah.
To To be fair, if she was nice,
Yeah,
people could have worked, and they probably could have had a check sent to her house or something. We've definitely done that before.
Yeah. Well, that's like, I had a customer. Well, I didn't have a customer. I witnessed someone have a customer today, and the customer just started fucking yelling eventually because they couldn't get into mother's account, which who's in a nursing home, which I do understand that's a problem, but at the same time, she had no way to verify anything about it, so we can't do anything. If you can't verify who you are or any relation that is acceptable, we can't fucking do anything. Fuck. And then eventually she was just like, she would be better off dead is what you're saying, and we were like, excuse me? Like,
What?
Oh my gosh.
if a cell phone bill, like, a cell phone bill should not be that fucking important to you. Like, it's not, I mean, I get it's important because it is, but at the same time...
it's good money, yeah.
It is, but your mother, it would be more beneficial.
It's a shitty situation, just like, you can't do
It is. But when you say that your mother would be better off dead to not have that bill, when you're paying the bill, it makes you just a fucking
I mean, fuck, we all
shithole.
know that lesson.
Yeah, it makes
Patrick
you a
almost got
shitty
fired
cunt.
because someone lied to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fucking dude.
gosh,
I
yeah.
am, and I can see how that would be such a fucking, like, why that would be such a blow and make you not want to work there. That wouldn't make anyone
fucking
work there.
Off.
That's so the worst part is
Here, for
the
those who
only
don't
reason.
know, basically, someone came in claiming to be the daughter, which she was, and that she wasn't authorized to use it, so we have to call her dad and make sure it's okay.
Even though this woman is 35 years old.
Yeah,
Exactly,
Go ahead.
but-
She's like, "Oh, I'm already calling him," and it probably said something on the phone. I don't know. Fucking Patrick answers it, talks to her, what sounds like her dad, verifies that it's him to the best of his ability, and fucking lets her in. Wasn't her dad. Dad comes in, bitch bought an expensive phone and just ran off, is not paying for it.
Yeah.
Not talking to him, he only was able to contact her
So, moral of the
because he
story, we
ran
have
her out
to
of a
call them
grocery
ourselves
store.
From the number on file. So mistakes were made, but that's Jesus fuck. It was pretty well executed.
It was. They got resolved eventually.
Yep.
So
I didn't lose my job. I wouldn't have lost my job, regardless.
Exactly.
It was drastically blown out of proportion to me by another coworker. But it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The only
you
thing that
would've
made me not want to work there is getting charged back on shit. Is really demoralizing.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, have they asked you to? Have they sent you an email asking for an exit survey yet from there?
No.
I did mine last week.
Oh, I don't know. Ralph did something over the phone, but that was it.
Anyways,
Was it good?
I did my exit survey and I ripped him a fucking new one.
It's fair.
Now here's the thing. I like that company. I think they're a pretty good company. Doesn't mean
Yeah, the
I don't
only
have
reason
some
I'm
issues.
not going to do that is that our new job
Exactly.
is a temp job, and that is my fallback plan. Because I applied to everywhere else in town, and they were the only ones that responded. So
Yeah.
And
multiple people
Yeah.
have left and just come back like a couple months later.
Yeah.
if you made, it is almost impossible, from what I've heard from our other coworkers, it is almost impossible to get hired.
To not
what?
get rehired, you said?
Yep, to not get rehired. If you leave on positive relations, they'll probably rehire you because
I mean, to be fair, the
it's a
one
sales
that company
position.
did some like this. The people in charge, besides the rules, like direct supervisors, honestly cared about us.
Yeah, they
They
Oh,
were
yeah.
really
I
nice.
like them.
And
I have a lot of
it was
respect for
that.
really
Working
all
with
of
that
them.
company was more like a family than it was like strangers.
It really was, and
I've
a
never
lot
got
of
that vibe anywhere else.
Yeah.
neither have I ever. It's always been shit.
I loved
that
everything
was-
about it. I just hate, besides just I just not great at sales, and I kept getting charged back on things, and it was annoying me.
Yep, that's like even high earning reps they get a shitload of chargebacks. They get more than we do. It's just that they get that.
And I wanted
Yeah.
more hours without the
Positive.
stress of having to sell even more to keep up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're doing pretty great now that there's like a lot less people there.
I'm doing pretty alright, but I've been doing like decently the majority of it. I'm
I
actually
just
kind of
figured it'd be
surprised.
better.
I mean, it is a little better because there's less people. There's only four of us now.
Well, once you hit
Wait,
the 2
five.
year mark,
Five
you'll
of us.
probably get as decent as you are with sales. You'll probably be like actually selling a lot in 2 years when you can start following up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the vehicle assistant program for myself, so that way I can demo it.
Tell me, Noah, when is the Hum 3 coming out?
Dude, I have no idea. I don't think. If they do, cool. It's neat. My biggest thing is we're in a rural area, and for the majority of the time it will work. But for people who are already complaining about self-service, they're lacking it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have it. I mean, honestly, if they have to drive home on a shitty dirt road and self-service, they shouldn't have it until they have self-service.
What if
That
the
big.
Hum is jamming my country radio stations with its 5G
Nope.
signal?
Okay, I'm going to tell you one thing about 5G. 5G, at the very least, hopefully, should take strain off of 4G, like the towers already in place. That will make it where more people in rural areas will have at least some more basic.
Oh god, have you ever been in
connection.
areas with a lot of crowded people? The latency is so bad because of how what's the word I'm looking for?
Because of how congested the network is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or there's just so
It's
much
pretty
noise,
terrible.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was really surprising. Disney World's Wi-Fi works pretty decently.
That's actually
Is
not
it?
that surprising. I feel like
network
that's
has
not
to
too
be-
surprising.
Their network has to be insane, though.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Like,
It's
what are
yeah,
they even
absolutely
doing with that
bananas.
many people next to each other? Like, their routers, either they just have the craziest access points, or they literally have multiple by each other on different bands, and it just, like, the system tells your phone which one to go to. Like that.
Yeah.
It has to be something ridiculous, because I was getting, like, 30 down.
You're oh
Pretty
shit.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
For
just
that type of
constantly. Yeah, you're just
And that was
constantly
busy time.
bouncing
The
between shit.
The line for Aerosmith, the Aerosmith ride was 4.5 hours long.
Jeez.
How was it?
It was during spring break. It was an awful line, dude. I wanted to die. It was pretty fun.
How was the ride though?
Oh, it was pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know if it constitutes a 4.5 hour line, but it's definitely the only roller coaster there.
Damn.
That's
Disney doesn't really have
Extremely
crazy
interesting.
rides, but a lot of them are really fun and interesting. They have a lot of like really neat like show type of rides with like I don't know. It's really cool. It's worth going. I want to go at some point and see the Star Wars land. They opened literally the year after I went.
Oh, that'd be
oh
dope.
fuck yeah.
I don't know. There's
How
just
are they
like a
not
lot
making
of cool
exciting
stuff, dude.
rides
Like,
based off
you
like
could pay-
Marvel?
I
and
didn't
shit?
have the money at the time, but you could pay like $80 and there was like a fucking glass blowing class, and like
Oh, that's sick.
you could watch everyone
That's
doing
fucking
it. They let
awesome.
me like hold the thing and just like heat it up for a second. They didn't let me do the full thing though, but it was neat. There was just a show where a guy was just literally you could just sit there and watch him forge knives and swords,
That's pretty.
That's
neat.
fucking dope.
and it was like old style too. Like they had like an old forge, and you know it's like doing it traditionally. A lot
That's
of like
pretty cool.
cool. There's like people with circling fire state. There's just like a lot of neat shit. Not to mention the weird things like the like the areas with like different like biomes they've made. And they literally have like actual jungle trees. Like it is insane the amount of the landscaping work has gone into like doing some of these areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it is a crazy place to go to. It's just baffling. Like it's pretty impressive, honestly. Like it's a lot more impressive than you'd think it would be. It's pretty nuts. Some big brain power went into that shit.
I think a lot of hookers and blow went in that shit.
Dude, honestly, the thing that got me was like this nature area. Like what I was saying, they had like different biomes to walk through, and they had like different things growing. And I was like, how the fuck did they get some of this shit to grow here and so close to each other? Like, some of it's like, I'm not sure it's meant to. I guess, luckily, Florida's a fucking swamp, so anything will probably grow there. But
Yeah. Florida's...
People from Florida are wild.
The thing that surprised me is there's
Yeah.
this train you could take. They gave you like a light tour of one area on the way to another that we needed. It was like way quicker to get to where we wanted to go. And the train goes through the back of the zoo area. And it was really depressing. I can't believe they showed this to the public. There were so many animals in small cages that looked really sad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was
fuck.
awful. Like, it was like the epitome of what like you'd see in like a documentary about bad zoos, and they're just like showing it right there.
Oh jeez.
I'm like, I can't believe this is here. I'm like, you assume it happens, but you didn't expect to see it.
Whenever I was on my honeymoon, I went to a big cat sanctuary. They had a bunch of beautiful rescued tigers, lions, and bears, actually.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my. Anyways,
The bears
beautiful
always
creatures.
hiding at the
But
aquarium when I
they
go.
do what? What'd you say?
That fucking bear's always hiding at the aquarium when I go. I've never gotten a good picture.
Dude, they're just fucking sleeping.
I know,
Yeah.
it's
Bears
always
are-
sleeping.
They're the sleepy
At
boys.
least the second time I went, I got to see the fucking eagle that was hiding last time. That was neat. Eagles are fucking huge, man.
Eagles
Yeah,
are,
they are.
they're
They're
also
fucking
really
dope.
I
cool
didn't know
looking.
eagles can take down like antelope.
What the fuck?
Yes. No, okay, I was sorry to interrupt, but I was talking to my wife's grandmother about that. Because where she lives, I can't remember where she lives, but they have a ton of like big hawks and like they have bald eagles out there and shit. And she hates them. She's so mad she can't shoot them because they've killed her dogs before. They've literally taken down livestock.
Ah,
She saw one eating a deer. It took out a fucking deer.
that's horrific. I think Ben Franklin was right about the turkey.
It tried to snatch her fucking dog out of her arms while she was holding it.
Jeez.
Fuck.
I
How
mean,
big are
I've had a
like,
hawk. I've had a hawk swoop at me before. It was pretty fucking terrifying. He was trying to kill me and my cat.
I want
It
a
made
hawk.
me angry.
Oh no, I want a falcon. That's what it is.
How about you falcon these dicks?
Dude, it's so much work to get a falcon.
fuck.
It takes like 7 years of
Yeah.
apprenticeship. And you cannot legally leave it alone at any point. It has to be babysat 24/7 when you're gone.
That's insane.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, they can fucking, like, carry off babies and shit.
Yeah.
Falcons are neat, though.
Dude, peregrine
Inside.
falcons are insane.
Are falcons even, like, are falcons intelligent, or are they just kind of, like, really good at following commands?
But both. Kind of depends.
Dude, why the fuck did we have to evolve from mammals? We could be birds.
Or fish.
Dude, birds are such fragile creatures, though.
That's fair.
Dude,
But
could you imagine having the respiratory structure of a bird?
And then going
How
into
fragile
space.
no.
Can you imagine being the bird who invented the internal combustion engine?
Could you imagine
Died
being
immediately
the
after turning it on?
Dude, no, we wouldn't.
or the
even-
bird
Rocket
inventing
technology
the
tracks.
Well, the thing is, it
the
would've
bird
never
inventing the
been small.
handheld vaporizer?
Yeah.
No one would have to drive cars. Actually, it'd probably be preferable, like, for certain things, right? like long distance.
No, but we'd be fat, stupid American birds who were too fat to fly, so we had to invent other means of transportation.
We're the chicken.
I fucking hate you.
We're just like we're the feed.
Chickens are pretty good. Dude, know what's really fucking cool? Ducks, like, if they're domesticated.
Yeah. Except for their penises. Their penises are terrifying.
That's fair. Get a female duck.
I mean, their vaginas are equally as terrifying. It's just you can't see them. So, I mean...
That's problem solved.
Yes.
Or, excuse me, they're cloacas.
Cloacas.
Yeah, whatever the fuck
Phil
it's called.
Bags
Oh,
had
gosh.
to take away
Butt
my
pussies.
cousin's fucking coconut a while back. She
Oh,
really
yeah.
liked playing in it, but she was starting to aim towards nesting in it, and I found out female birds do not need a male to lay eggs. In fact, they will just lay the egg and then start producing more, and they'll just keep laying eggs until they either get out of the cycle or they, actually get pregnant, because the eggs won't do anything. It's really bad for their mental health, and it's really bad for them in general, because it takes a lot of energy to do it, and they'll just lay eggs till they get sick and die.
What the
That's-
fuck?
What the fuck?
You know, I think this just goes to show that we really do live in a society.
The good news is I have an actual nest in there. I don't have to remove that. She doesn't nest in it. She's just ripped it to shreds. She loves tearing it apart. She just sits there and just fucking rip piece out, and then like fucking flail her wings and rip another piece out, and she just keeps going. There's like half the nest left. It's hilarious. Birds love tearing things to shreds.
Birds are nasty little shits. They are flappy little cunts, are they not?
They really are.
Yeah,
But they're neat.
they are.
They're neat. Birds are one of those animals that are just really intelligent in a way that makes me wary, but not in an easy.
Wary.
See, okay.
I mean, there's like that one.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
like that Reddit story. The guy had the cockatoo who kept removing people's carb smears.
Yeah,
Their fucking
like,
side mirrors. It was ripping
It's
them.
not.
Yeah, like
It's not that they're necessarily extremely intelligent to me. It's just how fucking cunning they are.
okay, yeah, yeah. It's like they're cunning, and they're an animal where I can tell that they are at least somewhat like decent.
Yeah.
That's
have you
the
seen the
I
video
could
of
see
the-
it from looking at them.
Have you seen the video of the bird just throwing the spikes off of the? You know those like spikes they put on building things so birds won't wear them.
Yeah.
Have you seen the gif of that
Yeah.
fucking cockatoo just throwing them off the building?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Just
Perfect.
get off here.
just like fuck this.
I love when the
Sit
video goes
down.
down. It shows how many he's thrown off. Literally all of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals,
Mhm.
I would just like to say that fucking
What?
When you cut out.
pigs,
Fuck. What?
pigs,
What about
Swine.
pigs?
Oh yeah, pigs.
they're fucking horrifying.
Yeah, they're terrible creatures.
Like they will
What?
they will
It's so
eat children.
cute, dude.
They will eat people if they're helpless.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you just
Like-
feed
like-
them and they're fucking adorable and playful.
But then
Grandma's
if you
friend
don't
has a
feed them,
house
they want
pig.
to eat
It's
you.
amazing. It's so cute and friendly.
Okay, a mini pig sounds pretty neat.
They also
Right,
had a
but like a
squirrel.
full-size pig.
A teeny tiny non-murderous pig. Yeah.
That's why I have that
Exactly.
selfie with me with a squirrel on my shoulder.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My
Squirrel's
grandma
really neat.
had a
Unfortunately, it managed to somehow their outside dog managed to get inside and Squirrely dead.
oh,
Yeah.
that's my grandma had a pet raccoon.
Raccoons they make good pets if you like baby proofing your house.
Exactly. Raccoons are just kind of really intelligent cats.
My grandma had one
Yeah.
when she was a kid. It would just open the door. It just opened cabinet doors and throw all of the glasses out. They had to have only like plastic cups and shit.
Oh jeez.
Were you the one who told me that they would leave the water on?
Yeah, it
just,
figured out
like-
how to wash its
Okay,
hands
yeah.
when they were dirty, but it didn't know how to turn the water off, and every faucet would be home
Or
when
it
they
just
came
didn't
home.
fucking care. Oh,
Jeez.
fuck.
That's fucking awful.
It is. Raccoons can open locks facing away from.
Damn.
Yeah, like they.
Oh, so they have object. Is that just hand-eye coordination, or do they have like object permanence then?
I don't know. Let's see.
Wouldn't
But
it
I
be funny
know
if it
that
turned
they're
out that
able to do
raccoons
it.
were closer to sentience than any other animal?
Honestly, that'd be kind of be off.
Honestly, it really wouldn't be all that surprising.
It really wouldn't.
Raccoons do
let's
have
see.
it. They just like
Okay.
humans, they develop
Yeah.
it as they mature, but they actually don't have it by the time they leave their mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like younger
They're-
raccoons are really stupid apparently.
Okay. Raccoons were able, this is a couple years ago, were able to open 11 out of 13 complex locks fewer than 10 tries, and had no problems repeating it when they were rearranged or turned upside down. And they remembered the solution for up to years. So
Jeez.
those
To
same
what years?
raccoons, if they're 3,
Damn.
so if they're still alive, they could do that again.
Jeez,
That's
that's fucking
neat.
nuts.
I'm looking at their paws right now, the underside of them. This is one of the most horrifying things because it does look kind of human-like with the way the pads are.
There was an AMA on Reddit with a guy
Yeah.
with a 6 finger that worked.
Man,
That's-
I want a 6th finger.
Dude, I'd play some Mad Moker with that 6 finger. I tell you what.
Dude, exactly.
Fuck.
Unless it
Could
was
you
on your
imagine
right
your
hand and
typing
you're kinda
speed
shit
with
out of
6 fingers?
Oh gosh.
Like you could have a dedicated
I've-
shift finger.
I've heard that it is proportionately faster.
I would imagine so. It's an extra
Yeah.
finger.
Because think about it, like if let's say you had an extra finger on each hand, you wouldn't have to move a finger for the G and H keys.
Yeah.
You could just rest it.
I wonder if that's how you do it, or you just use your 6 finger like resting on something else.
Yeah, you could orient it. I mean, if
You know how nice
it was like
in games it would be to just like you could use like your pinky ring finger that for WASD, and your 6 finger could just like hit control and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fucking
but-
dope. I'd have a much less sore pinky.
Dude, you know how hard it'd be to find a mouse that was comfortable though?
Yeah, that'd be a bitch.
I don't think you could. You'd have to have like one made.
Yeah, you could have one made. Yeah.
That'd be expensive.
No, I don't know. 3D printing being what it is. It'd be
What else
doable.
could you do with 6 fingers?
3 in the pink, 3 in the stink.
Oh,
Better sword play.
maybe.
Oh my.
Maybe. I mean, I'd
Would you
imagine
have more
you're-
grip strength?
Oh.
It'd be easier. You'd
Yes.
have more. Oh, dude, it'd be
Probably,
easier to
yeah.
hold slippery boxes. You'd have more. You'd have more surface area on the box.
Yeah.
When you have to hold like that heavy box with no handle, and you're like, I can't grip this because it's slipping between my hands.
Yeah. Or whenever you have a lot of shit, so you're carrying stuff sometimes with 1 or 2 fingers, you could carry more stuff.
Pull
Yeah,
a lot more.
yeah.
You could pull a lot more grenade pins.
You could.
You could. You could.
Your brass knuckles would be more expensive. I don't know.
Fuck. Okay, what finger would be your ring finger? Because you would have an extra finger.
Same one.
Yeah.
What about your middle finger?
Same one.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have a.
Or do you
middle
do
finger.
2? How would you insult people?
Yeah, I don't know. You just have to. I think it by that point it's the longest finger.
Okay, that makes sense. It's just your fucking
Because
pinky.
you couldn't call it your middle finger though. That'd be a lie.
Yeah, you couldn't
You'd have
unless
to
you
put up
just
your,
lifted
you'd
like
have to put up 2 fingers for it to be your middle finger.
exactly like 2, and you just you'd be giving them the fingers.
You're like flipping them off, and people just think, "Man, that's a thick shaft."
Pencil flipping would be a lot harder to get back to the front.
Yeah,
Quite
it would
possibly. Yes. Unless you became very good at holding 2 fingers together or something. I don't know.
like, dude, like, I'm reaching my fucking pointer finger, middle finger across. I don't think I could reach the pencil.
Yeah. So if your final finger. Okay, so, dude, I'm trying to like wrap my head around how like an extra finger would feel. Man. Which finger would feel extra?
I don't think any of them.
I don't know how though, because okay, if you had an extra finger on each hand, as long as it wasn't an extra thumb would feel very strange. You would automatically be like, one of my hands is different. Like, I don't think
Some
there's any fucking way
barbells would
around
not be comfortable to hold.
it. No, it'd be fucking awful. There'd be so much awful shit to hold.
Yeah, there wouldn't be really that many advantages now that I'm thinking about it. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
especially if you had two thumbs on there, that'd be fucking awful. But no, like, what if you had two pinkies? Like,
that would
What?
be terrible.
yeah.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, that would
But like,
be
also
really...
like,
No, you,
yeah,
dude,
like-
you could type on your phone so fast.
if you had two thumbs, yeah. Not
You'd
really,
need-
though,
You
because-
need a big screen, though.
You would need a huge screen because your thumbs would be getting in the
You
way
would.
on anything short of a Note 10 Pro. Or Note 10 Plus,
Fuck.
excuse me.
What? They're selling the Note 10 in different sizes?
Yes.
Yes, it's a 6.7-inch.
Oh,
fucking
that's why.
screen.
That makes sense. Yeah, not everyone's
huge.
gonna
I'm
want
pretty.
that.
Yeah.
I would take it, dude. All my pockets are big enough.
Oh, dude, I want that, yeah. Dude, I can fit
Actually,
an
it
8-inch
depends.
tablet.
It depends.
in
If they
my
do the
jeans
fucking
pocket.
Samsung trend of just making it longer, I'm not sure I'd want that. I want it.
Okay,
just
so-
I want it thicker.
It looks proportionate.
It's Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly proportionate. It's about as
Samsung phones have the
proportionate as like.
weirdest fucking aspect ratios, man.
Just think of it's a 6.8. Sorry, 6.8 inch. Imagine your Note 9 just blown up a little bit, diagonal.
Yeah, it has the same aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Noah, have you gotten to be hands-on with
The
Note 10
aspect
yet?
ratio is 18.5.
Yes, I was today.
Good. What did you think?
Honestly, not too bad. Pretty solid. The biggest complaint I heard from my customer immediately was about the lack of a fucking headphone jack. Sorry.
Agreed.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, the Note 10's out?
Yeah.
Yep.
For about a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
It's
Samsung lost my business with the fucking hole punch in the headphone jack. That's
honestly
that-
okay. So
that
one thing,
really made me a win.
the hole punch actually doesn't look that bad in person. It looks a
On the Note
lot
10.
better.
Yeah,
in
on the Note 10,
Yep.
it looks fantastic, yeah.
I guess
it really
a very
does.
small
I'll-
portion of the screen.
It really is. Other phones, I've kind of been iffy, but
Okay. I mean,
it's-
honestly, I'm
it's-
gonna
it's
have to
pretty
get over
neat.
the headphone jack because I like smartwatches and Samsung
Okay.
is the only one I want to buy besides like
well,
that other weird off-brand one. Like it's the only one I can finance
Yeah.
that I can buy and that
So-
will have cell connection.
the other thing about the Note 10, it's bigger than yours. Has now the bigger things, it automatically has twice as much storage and RAM, and it weighs less
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
by
so
5 grams.
jeez.
we have more stats on the Asus ROG Phone 2.
Okay, give it to me.
Yes, so it has a 1 terabyte UFS 3.0 storage. And UFS is that incredibly fast storage system that was introduced this year on the technically on the Galaxy Fold, but in reality, the OnePlus 7 Pro. It is blazing fast. It is about twice as fast as the previous type of flash storage, and it's incredible. So that's going to be an incredible phone. A whole shit ton of RAM, 6,000
Affordable.
milliamp hour battery. I don't know about
Affordable is the
The old
Yeah,
ROG
it's-
phone was.
It's not supposed to be.
yeah.
old
The
ROG
new
phone was
one,
not. The ROG phone was like $800.
yeah, the new one had projected costs around that of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
well,
bananas.
well,
Pretty
Yeah.
brave venturing into the fucking flagship market. It's hard to get users to buy different flagships.
Yeah.
Especially when the
Really is.
the Asus Zenfone
the
6 sounds like
expectations are so
dope
high
as
for that
fuck.
price point.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really are.
Any singular issue can just turn people off to another thing.
Oh yeah, and,
Like how I'm trying to find alternatives to Samsung just because they removed one feature.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I mean, that's the biggest. But overall, it didn't seem too bad. The camera placement looks better than what, and I haven't seen one in person yet, but what the new iPhone is projected to look like. It looks better than that because it's a bar instead of a fucking shitty square that's not a line. All they had to do was turn that 90 fucking degrees and it'd be okay.
Yeah, exactly. So Noah, did you hear that the replacement for the iPhone 11R is going to have less, or excuse me, the iPhone 11R is going to have less processing power than the 10R did? I'm not kidding. It's going to be weaker. They're selling a newer, weaker phone.
Okay. That makes me really. That is actually that's a fucking like I don't really like Apple too much. iPhones are okay. Honestly, iPhones I like more than I like Apple. I do. But that right there
An
is a
interesting
reason
statement.
why I fucking
bold one.
hate Apple.
Understandable. Yeah.
I mean, but that right there is why I fucking hate Apple.
Yeah.
That
here's-
right there.
Here's the thing. Nobody likes Apple. You know what people actually liked? They liked Steve Jobs and Johnny
And
Ive.
just-
Know what I
They
find
just
hil-
like the
this
charisma.
is off
They
topic,
like
but know
the
what I
design.
find hilarious?
What?
That salty Russian casters are trying to claim OG1 because they're taking Adderall.
What the fuck?
I just think that's funny. And
Yeah,
I like
seriously.
to point out that I don't think that would really help that much. Adderall makes you think fast, but not intelligently. Not to the level that OG plays.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking stupid. But anyways, back to Apple. Yeah, people that don't actually even fucking like the company.
Oh yeah.
That company has been running off of Steve Jobs and Johnny Ive, forever.
Yep. Still are.
Yeah.
The colors are the one thing why I can see people would ever buy the XR.
Oh, dude, me too. Yeah, their color jobs are way
Yeah.
better than anybody else's.
You're gonna have
I like
yellow,
the
lavender,
S10s.
and green. Okay,
the
I
S10
like the
is really good.
S10.
Yeah, it's
My biggest problem
It is quite
was
good.
how we couldn't get fucking canary yellow. And the green.
Yeah.
That was my biggest
But that's
because
Europe only,
out of the
isn't it?
blue and the what?
Isn't that Europe
Yeah,
only?
yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the pink and blue are US and yellow and green are Europe.
yeah.
What I'm curious is if the European phone variants are different. For example, my phone's in Russian, right? Half the shit's still in English, and they sell the Note 9 in Russia. I know that for a fact because I was helping a friend pick out a phone. I told him to go for that one, and they saw it at the store. There's no fucking way they sell that there with so many English words in it, like in their UI. Like that wouldn't be
Maybe it's part of
a popular phone, right? But it is there. Samsung's still a big brand.
I mean American nation. Just because like the
I mean,
English
you need to know how to read some English to really use the internet.
I mean,
but
yeah,
especially
and
when
to
there's
use
so
the
many
UI
sites
of
that
some different
Russians use that have English letters in the URL.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if people there that don't speak English just literally can't type in URLs. Like they can't
Probably.
memorize them. Like it'd be really hard to memorize if you don't if you can't
Use
sound
it.
it out. You don't even have to know what it means, just to have the sound. You literally have to remember the individual things, and the human mind is not good at remembering 50 characters.
Yeah.
yeah, they're really but yeah, I don't know how question.
Yeah. Well,
That's an hour.
yeah, that is an hour. I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this has been our most productive
I think
yet.
it's been our least
Quite possibly.
entertaining one, but I don't mind. It was more rambling than it was laughs and gas, but
Yeah.
We had some actual decent.
Yeah. I think there
our
were some
talking
funny
points
moments.
were good. That's what makes up for it.
Yep.
I don't think we'll ever.
yeah.
I don't think we can top the fucking onomatopoeia language, though.
Man, I'm fucking
I
high.
mean, it named their pop. Yeah, me too.
I mean, yeah.
Well, a little
speaking
bit.
of
I
which,
stopped a while
anyways,
ago. I gotta go pick the wife up from work. So, well, let's
Well-
stop recording. Bye.
bye.